Lopez winning the first 6 rounds and the 12th. Easy. You understand? To me, I'm talking about in terms of numbers, number of rounds, that was it for me.
And this is a must-see because, I mean, both guys are relentless. One guy, power puncher, heavy hitter. Another guy would never quit and come straight ahead with the will to win. So when you got 2 guys like this in both with that killer attitude, it's going to be a great fight.
I know it's early for you, but talk to me about Saturday night. Why is this a must-watch?
This is a must-watch because you have one guy that wants to prove to the world that he's able to jump weight classes and be up there with the likes of a Sugar Ray Leonard, like a Floyd Mayweather, like a Roy Jones, and so many others that have jumped different weight classes.
I had Lopez winning the first 6 rounds and the 12th. Easy. You understand? To me, I'm talking about in terms of numbers, number of rounds, that was it for me. And I thought Lomachenko needed to knock a knockout to win. He did not. I do.
We're definitely Lopez. That's 6 rounds. That's at least a draw. Lomachenko won rounds 8 through 11 for sure. That's 4 rounds, right? So one fighter won 6 definitively, one fighter won 4. Rounds 2 and 7 could have gone either way.
Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez are set to clash for their highly anticipated clash on January 31st. As the fight is inching closer, boxing pros are also expressing their thoughts about the showdown. Floyd Mayweather and Max Kellerman break down one of 2026's most hyped matchups, with Floyd favoring Shakur Stevenson as the superior fighter. He highlights Stevenson's elite defense, sharp boxing IQ, and well-rounded skill set, calling him the best in his weight class.
I feel at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevens.
Meanwhile, Max Kellerman also emphasizes an often missed part of Teofimo Lopez's game, his ring intelligence. He explains that Lopez uses movement deliberately to control distance, create angles, and stay just out of harm's way, showing that his success depends not only on raw power, but also on smart, calculated execution.
Apologize, I understand it feels unfair to you, and maybe it is unfair, but this is my honest opinion. It may be, but it is still my honest opinion, Malik. I just have to be honest with the way I see it. I don't think that was the best version of Teo by a long shot. But even then, he was rallying in that fight late. He has championship heart. And the thing I like about Teo's style, I mean, when you have a guy like Shakur whose defense is that good, and he's not just a guy who's going to hug you, he can box, you know? The easiest thing in the world is just to pick him against everybody.
Right. Yes.
But Teo also has the kind of footwork, Malik, where he steps around guys. And I think about Buddy McGirt, Meldrick Taylor.
Yes.
Roy, you know, where Meldrick had quick enough feet where if you were going to come right at Buddy McGirt, he could box you. But Meldrick could give him angles that were more difficult. I think of Roy Jones, James Toney. If you were going to go at James Toney, forget it. His defense is too good.
Max Kellerman points out that Shakur Stevenson faces natural size disadvantages against many fighters in the division. He emphasizes that Stevenson isn't known for one-punch knockout power, which could make it harder to close out fights quickly. Kellerman suggests that while Stevenson's technical skill and defense are elite, his smaller frame and lack of devastating power may force him to rely heavily on strategy, precision, and endurance to secure victories against bigger, stronger opponents.
A very good fighter, multiple division belt holder, but he's the naturally smaller guy moving up. He's not a big puncher.
Max Kellerman argues that Teofimo Lopez is the more exciting fighter due to his explosive style and unpredictability. He adds that watching Lopez become even more thrilling is knowing that Shakur Stevenson has the skill and discipline to counter him, creating a matchup full of tension, action, and high-stakes drama.
The chance the other guy can win. And that makes it even more exciting, to say nothing of the pace he sets, the level of action, the level of bombs that are thrown by Tank.
However, Stephen A. Smith disagrees with Floyd Mayweather's pick, pointing to Teofimo Lopez's dominant performance against Vasyl Lomachenko. He argues that Lopez's power, aggression, and big fight experience make him his choice in a matchup against Shakur Stevenson.
He's a champion. He's got a lot of heart. I respect where you're coming from with him because he's up there. But when I think about Lopez and what we saw against Lomachenko, we saw his boxing ability, we saw his elusivity, and we know what he's got in terms of power in both hands, and he comes forward. It ain't like he backs up. He stalks you too, and he comes to finish you. When I think about Tyson comparisons, when I think about knockout power, when I think about excitement, when I think about those things, I think about Teofimo Lopez. That would be my choice ahead.
Kellerman asks Floyd Mayweather why Shakur Stevenson seems to connect more with fans, probing what makes audiences gravitate toward him over Teofimo Lopez. He wonders whether it's Stevenson's technical mastery, disciplined approach, or perhaps his composure and style in the ring that endears him to viewers, especially when compared to Lopez's raw explosiveness and unpredictable energy.
Right now, I see you all those championships, Floyd. I know you're liking it. Thank you so much for being with us. I know it's early for you, but talk to me about Saturday night. Why is this a must-watch?
This is a must-watch because you have one guy, of a Sugar Ray Leonard, like a Floyd Mayweather, like a Roy Jones, and so many others that have jumped different weight classes and tested their skills. And I'm talking about Leo Santa Cruz, relentless, tough competitor. And then we have
Floyd Mayweather has consistently recognized Shakur Stevenson's talent, commending his skill, defensive mastery, and boxing IQ. He even mentioned that he would have loved to bring Stevenson onto his promotional company, highlighting the high regard he holds for the young fighter.
So it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there.
Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez stresses that his main goal is to defend his world title against Shakur Stevenson. He isn't just stepping into the ring to compete. He wants to keep his belts and strengthen his legacy at 140 pounds. While acknowledging Stevenson's talent, Lopez confidently sees himself as the superior athlete. He says that while fans and analysts debate tactics and potential knockouts, he focuses on letting his skills do the talking. Instead of chasing a knockout, Lopez stays disciplined, ready to capitalize on openings as they come, maintaining control throughout the fight.
It is just like I said, man, focused, ready to do what I got to do, my assessment on my part Saturday night, and we will be victorious.
For the win of this fight, where do you think that takes you? Pound for pound, let's just in general, boxing fans.
It's up to you all. You guys got that power. For me, my power is just to do what I got to do on that night, Saturday night against Shakur Stevenson, and keep my belts, retain my belts, defend my belts, and just keep it moving. Yes, sir. Any other questions?
Will it be Theo bring the pain Lopez night?
Yeah, we bringing the pain, man. Bring back the pain. So that's what we're doing, man. We bringing the pain.
Teofimo Lopez views his clash with Shakur Stevenson as a defining fight, comparable to some of the sport's most iconic matchups. He acknowledges the hype, media spotlight, and fan expectations that come with a bout of this magnitude, understanding its potential impact on his career and legacy. Despite the external noise, Lopez stays focused on what he can control in the ring, refusing to be distracted by outside opinions. He sees this fight not just as a test, but as an opportunity to solidify his place among boxing's top competitors.
The magnitude of this fight, right? You're number one at 140, ring champ. He isn't the ring champ at 135. There isn't one right now, but he'd probably be considered the number one guy at 135. When you think about boxing history, I know you know your boxing history, what can you compare this fight to in terms of previous matchups, and what do you think it means for you guys in terms of the legacy you set going forward?
I think from the grand scale of it all, it can kind of be like a Loma situation, just now with the community, that's all. So I think that's all that plays with it, and really, my job really is just to cut off the noise and do what I got to do. And then seeing all that with what they're saying, and I mean, this is a big fight, man. It's a magnitude fight, and we're both prepared, so I can't wait to see what we...
While talking about his fight with Shakur Stevenson, Lopez expresses enthusiasm for the stylistic contrast. He points to his aggressive, hard-hitting style against Stevenson's technical skill and defensive precision, describing the matchup as a thrilling challenge.
You are a big lightweight compared to him, but you like to mix it up. It's not like you have the longest reach and like to box from outside. You like to fight. How do you see this as a matchup of styles?
Style-wise and everything, I know
You know, they call them high tech. They do all those things like that. But I'm the type of fighter that I bring it to you. I bring the fight to you. And, you know.
Stevenson keeps a cool and focused demeanor in pre-fight interviews, making it clear that he's not here for hype or flashy talk. His priority is executing his game plan, protecting his titles, and proving his abilities through a decisive performance in the ring.
Shakur, good to see you. A lot of talk about this fight with Teofimo Lopez, but the main thing is, what are you expecting to see from Teofimo Lopez? Anything you haven't seen before from him?
Nah, he's the truth. I understand what I'm getting myself into. I know that he's a great fighter. I believe that I'm the better fighter. So at the end of the day, come January 31st, we're going to find out.
A lot of people, when they talk about their opponents, look to disparage them. You don't want to do that. You just call them the truth. You respect him as a fighter. What do you expect about him?
At the end of the day, I'm an honest fighter. I sit down, I watch, and I see who's good and who's not. And when I watch him, I think he's a great fighter. So me being honest with you, that's all cool. But at the end of the day, once again, I will come out victorious.
With the fight officially set and anticipation at a peak, boxing experts have shared their insights. Jaron Ennis breaks down the showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, offering a confident prediction. He sees Stevenson taking control, projecting a 9-3 round advantage in his favor. Ennis credits this to Stevenson's mental discipline and masterful control of distance, which lets him dictate the pace and gradually neutralize Lopez's offensive threats.
Lopez, a guy that, you know, you were in talks about fighting before you jumped to 54. What'd you think of that fight?
That's a good fight. You know, it's a good fight. Two top guys fighting each other. I think Shakur gonna cook him. I ain't gonna lie. I think Shakur gonna cook him 9-3.
9-3?
Yeah.
Now, you talking about, like, is it competitive early, or is it just?
It might be competitive early, but I think Shakur just gonna like start breaking him down, like, mentally and stuff like that. I don't think T.O. like mentally there sometimes.
What is it about Shakur that's difficult?
I just think with these guys, I think Shakur, like, he knows distance well, and I don't think the other guys can, like, reach him or capitalize off of it.
Ennis also points out that a stoppage remains possible, highlighting boxing's unpredictable nature. Lopez could be caught off guard if Stevenson keeps up consistent pressure. He advises Stevenson to trust his strengths, stick to his style, and block out outside noise or criticism.
Now, everybo's saying decision. Could a stoppage be on the table? Because you said, like, frustrate him.
Yeah, for sure. A stoppage is always in the works. You know, these guys fighting with 8 ounces on no headgear. Anything can happen in boxing.
So what does Shakur have to do to be successful against a T.O.?
Just be himself. Be him. Don't listen to the crowd. Don't listen to these fans. Don't listen to these haters, naysaying doubters. Just be him. Do what he do best, and that's one.
Yeah. Is that a situation where you keep it simple, keep it boring?
Keep it simple and win. Yo, that's all. Get home safely to your family, bro. Keep it simple and just win.
Is this the kind of fight dudes like Shakur, dudes like Devin, Gervonta, y'all get a lot of criticism for, it seems like, performances, opponents, etc. Is this the performance, or is this the fight that'll shut up the naysayers?
What, for Shakur?
Yeah.
I would say yeah, but you know you're gonna always have them people in the background saying they're gonna try to downplay his win.
Malik Scott breaks down Shakur Stevenson's style, cautioning Teofimo Lopez against falling into his defensive traps. He recommends that Lopez focus on imposing himself in the ring rather than getting drawn into overly technical exchanges that favor Stevenson's precision and control.
The best, Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. And right now I'm going to break down what Shakur does very well, but also what Teo needs to avoid, and why this has all the makings of being an all-time great fight. We're just going to start with the southpaw jab in the lab from my perspective in full detail. Shakur has one of the best jabs in the business, in my opinion, especially from a southpaw standpoint, because what he do as fighters has this rocky, back and forth place before they about to do offense. Shakur always catches it and hits you with the beautiful jab right there. He has a great measure of distance with it, and like I said, he has good timing with it because he catch when a guy wants to attack, you're rocking, you want to be front foot heavy, and the jab get there every time. He catches guys the minute that they want to attack from their front foot, and he stopped their momentum with that very quick, snappy jab from a southpaw standpoint. This is something that Teo have to avoid.
Jamel Herring also outlines what Teofimo Lopez must do to overcome Shakur Stevenson. Drawing on his own experience, he explains how difficult it is to fight Stevenson at range. Landing clean shots is nearly impossible, even against taller opponents, as Shakur punishes small mistakes with precise counters. Herring warns that attempting to outbox Stevenson technically is risky. Instead, Lopez needs to leverage his natural strengths and avoid getting pulled into Shakur's controlled, methodical rhythm to have a real chance at victory.
He uses his front foot as a measuring stick, and then that's how he gets his distance on you. And even then, like me having the longer reach, he was still able to make me miss and make me pay for it. And then that's when after a while, I just had to throw out boxing out the window and just fight him. But by then, it was too late. It was too late. I found myself playing catch up. I was already cut up, so we know how that ended. But then when you got a guy like Teo, which is another good friend of mine, Teo is so elusive, where he has a really good offbeat rhythm. I mean, we've seen him in his last fight, Arnold Barbosa. You've seen him when he fought Josh Taylor. You've seen it when how he comes out the gate against Lomachenko, and I believe he has to do that even with Shakur. You gotta basically be the bully because he's the bigger man. He has to basically put his foot on the gas and step to Shakur. But I think it's a great matchup, and it's two real good styles that clash. And
Herring highlights that Teofimo Lopez's size, strength, and explosive speed give him the tools to challenge Shakur Stevenson. He explains that Lopez must start strong, close the distance, and force physical exchanges instead of allowing Stevenson to dictate the pace. Aggression needs purpose. Hesitation or caution will cost him. By controlling the tempo and turning the fight into a high-pressure, intense battle.
When you look at the styles, and you think, okay, Shakur is going to fight the way he fights, because that's who he is, and it's not a knock to him or his style. It works for him, but I guess in this case, Teo, can Teo box with Shakur and win rounds, or does he have to be on him, be aggressive, and pressure him?
I think he can. But I think he used to mainly use his size and his speed. Teo has a good snap. He has a good snap in his punches, and I don't think he wants to make it too much of a chess match with Shakur, because that's, like you said, that's what Shakur's game. He has good eyes. He can see everything coming. I mean, we see with the Cepeda fight. I think Cepeda's issue was
Adam Azim shares his prediction for Stevenson versus Lopez, leaning towards Shakur. While recognizing Teofimo's strength and talent, Azim points to Stevenson's timing, composure, and mastery of distance as major advantages. He acknowledges Lopez's speed and power as threats, but believes Shakur's defensive awareness, adaptability, and superior ring IQ give him the edge in this high-stakes matchup.
Had a big fight in your division in a couple of weeks, Lopez, Stevenson. Who do you think is going to win that?
It's actually in the same day as mine, funny enough. It's a very tough fight, but I'm edging towards Shakur to win the fight. I think Shakur can beat him. I think he can. I think Teofimo I think he struggles with southpaw. The only fight that he didn't struggle with the southpaw was against Lomachenko. But Lomachenko was really small and he was coming at him. But when he got Shakur, he's on the back foot and he's just going to box him, then I see.
Regis Prograis also offered a bold prediction for Stevenson versus Lopez, saying he expects Shakur Stevenson to mentally wear down Teofimo Lopez. Prograis notes that while Lopez is explosive and capable of shining in big moments, he can be inconsistent and mentally vulnerable at times. He believes Stevenson's disciplined style, precise counterpunching, and steady performance will frustrate Lopez, gradually breaking him down as the fight goes on. Prograis predicts that after the early rounds, Stevenson will pull away and secure a decisive points victory as Lopez struggles to adjust when his power shots aren't landing.
Well, so I talked to the dude at the gym the other day about the fight and stuff like that. He was like, man, he was talking about Teo, and he was like, man, Shakur's never fought nobody like Teo. He's never fought nobody that fast. He's never fought nobody that explosive, that powerful. And when Shakur gets hit, what's gonna happen? I just feel like Shakur is defensively, he's really, really good as a southpaw defensively, but Teo is nice too. Teo is a real nice fighter. I just say Shakur because I think that with Teo, bro, we just don't know what Teo gonna show up. Sometimes Teo is mentally, he does shine in big fights. That's one thing about Teo. With Josh Taylor, with Lomachenko, he shined in those big fights and stuff like that. But then sometimes he'll struggle. You know, of course, he lost against Kambosos. All this stuff was going on with Claggett, with Sandor Martin. You know, and he got other people that he kind of struggled with. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that, but Shakur, I think that Shakur could break mentally. I think Shakur could break him.
Regis Prograis also notes that Teofimo Lopez always carries the threat of a knockout, particularly in the early rounds. He explains that Lopez's strength and explosive power make him dangerous. If he lands a clean shot, it could instantly shift the fight's momentum and even stop Shakur before the final bell.
Missing, they just tagging you or something, you could break them. But at the same time, yes, I think that Teo could potentially. He's sharp, he's fast, and he hits hard too. So it'll be a good fight. I just think that I just think that Shakur. It'll be shocked. I feel I'll be shocked. Where if Teo could beat Shakur, I'll be shocked, basically, because I think Shakur is supposed to win.
Is Teo the type of, with his style, because he's got to be one of the most athletic fighters like in the world right now.
Yeah.
So is he the type of guy where it's just like, yeah, his athleticism, he'll throw some shit at you where you just do not see it coming. That's maybe the type of style where it's just like, Shakur's amazing defensively, but damn, maybe he didn't see this coming, didn't see that coming. His punch.
The ones that hurt you, the ones that knock you out, the ones you don't see coming, is the ones that knock you out. So that's a possibility for sure. That's definitely a possibility.
That wraps up today's video. After all the breakdowns and insights, the big question still stands. Who comes out on top, Shakur Stevenson or Teofimo Lopez? Share your predictions in the comments and let us know why you're backing in this fight.